Hi guys, I wanted to do a quick video on productivity aids for folks with disabilities. The first one I want to talk about is this is very important for people that are in wheelchairs and that have mobility of their hands. It's a grabber. It came in a package that I got not too long ago that had this, a sock tool, a back scratcher, a long-handled scrub brush, a clothing assister. It's a hook that I'll show it to you later on. That helps you to put your pants and stuff on when you're in a wheelchair. Let me show you. I'm going to back up here a little bit so you can tell. I'm a big old feller, and this is my Jazzy 1450 heavy duty wheelchair. I've been in the chair for over like almost 4 years now. It's tough to get used to. It's a different lifestyle altogether. Let me kind of turn this here, get kind of some light out of the way. There's certain things you learn to do when you're in a wheelchair, and also I'm not only on a wheelchair, but I carry one of these bad boys around with me all the time. Right now I'm not needing oxygen, but it doesn't. You never know when it's going to happen that you need oxygen. I'm not going to go into all the reasons that I'm in the chair. One of the reasons obvious is that I'm huge. But there's other reasons that's causing me to be in this chair that has nothing to do with my size. I'll get into them one day, but right now we're not going to do that. Some of the other assisted things that you can use are anything that's going to help you extend your reach, like the grabber. Let me grab that tool right quick that I was talking about. And I'll grab Bob also. And when I say I have a Bob, that's not exactly the same meaning that it might have in other areas. Okay, well, here is the tool I was talking about, the sock tool. And basically what you do is you stretch out a sock, you put it over this, and then you have the ropes, and you use the ropes to pull, and you slide your foot down through the channel here and into the sock, and you just keep pulling this, pulling and pulling on the, hold on, just keep pulling and pulling on this till it pulls it through, and this piece back here holds the sock and pulls it over the back of your foot, and then you can use a grabber or whatever to actually straighten out the sock. You would not believe how invaluable this tool can be sometimes. For a long time there, I could not put on a sock at all. I gained enough flexibility now. I can reach pretty low, and I can kind of work on the socks. Now I don't have to use this step of grabbing them. I can actually grab the socks and straighten them out myself. But this is a very valuable tool. Whoever thought of it, wow, what a genius thing that is. Works very good. Now I'll introduce you to my friend Bob. And I get the name Bob is from the Dresden Files. He has a skull. Harry has a skull that helps him out, and his name is Bob. That's a wizard inside of the skull. So I took one of my favorite mobility aids, the cane. I use this to get up and down out of my chair, to go to the bathroom, to get in and out of my van at times. And I call it Bob because I went ahead and decorated my cane out. This is one of them hurricanes. Really nice. It'll stand up by itself. Well, used to. Maybe Bob's calls it. It stands up by itself so you don't drop it every time you set your cane down. But I like to accessorize things. My wheelchair is next. I'm going to accessorize the living hell out of it. Once I get a little more flexibility and get able to move some more to do that. Great tools that you can get is right here's another one. It's the "I've fallen and I can't get up" button. I get mine's administrated through the hospital here in town, but you can get Life Alert and different companies out there that provide that service, and it is a very invaluable service. This thing's geared so that if I fall down and I don't move for a while, it'll automatically call for an ambulance. Or if I push the button and then I just cannot talk, it'll automatically call for an ambulance and send them to the house. And it'll call my security person also, which is my building manager, just lives across the street from me. Up above my door, there's this little black box that hangs there, and it's got a key in it, and it's set up so that paramedics and EMS and firefighters in this town have keys to get into those boxes, so they can get the key to come into the house in case I have the doors locked, which is always a good thing, I guess. Other things that you can use are just, your intuition, your mind. Use different things out there. Try to figure out what will work. Adaptive aids come in all sizes, shapes, and manners. One of the things I use is I have this skirt, what they call it, of flab fat that hangs down over myself. And to clean underneath that, at times, I can't reach it very well, so I will use a small, about a foot and a half paint roller, and I will soap it. It has a sponge roller on it, and I'll soap that up and use it to get into spots that I can't reach, as well as the long-handled bath brush they gave me. Telling you some pretty personal stuff here. If you're grossed out by fat people, I'm sorry. We exist, and this country's getting fatter and fatter every day. I am working on getting weight loss surgery. Hopefully that will remedy a lot of the problems I have. Probably still will be in a wheelchair because I just don't know that I'll ever gain strength back in my legs because I've had a couple of strokes. But I want to get on here and kind of share this with you guys to let you know I'm going to be doing lots of things on mobility aids. I want to do lots of reviews. The Hurricane, I'll tell you right now, I love it. It came in really handy. I used to have the old single canes, and they would just fall down all the time. Always get lost. With the Hurricane, and especially now that I decked it out with Bob, never lose it. Always know where it's at. One thing that I will mention to you, if you have an iPhone, one of the very cool things that you can do with your iPhone is it's called the Hey Siri. And it just kicked on. When you say Hey Siri, it automatically kicks on, and you can tell it to do different types of things, like make a phone call or open up how many emails do I have. Like, for example, Hey Siri, how many emails do I have? Now she'll go through and figure out.
You need to unlock your iPhone first.
Oh, that's a new thing with the iPhone. I didn't used to have to do that. Hey Siri, what's the temperature outside?
It's 14 degrees outside.
So yeah, it's cold up here in Wyoming. But just seen a friend of mine on Facebook had a picture of her outside with her coveralls and her hoodie and all wrapped up, and people were talking about, oh, it must be cold, and I said, oh, that's a Wyoming bikini. Well, anyways, that's digressing. All right, guys, I'm going to keep these coming. If you enjoy them, let me know, and we will keep it coming. I'm going to be doing all kinds of vlogging and blogging and things, and you'll find these all on my Bigfoot porn channel, as well as on Facebook. You can check me out on Facebook, Larry Zaracon, Zaracon Sodders, which is Sodders, and we will. I'll friend you, and we can share information there. I'm also going to set up a Bigfoot porn Facebook page and Twitter and all that stuff, so we can run that through there. Hopefully, this will be a lot of fun for me and you. I know it's been fun for me so far, but let's just see how it works for you guys. All right, thanks again. Subscribe, like, share. Go on down. Tell me what you think of the videos. If you tell me I'm a fat bastard, you know, I've heard that a million times. So you look like Santa Claus. I've heard that a million times. St. Louis Cardinals suck. I've heard that a million times. There's a unicorn on your shoulder. You know, I've not heard that. But anyways, we'll talk to you later.